Debwright again. We're going to make the meals that we just prepped for a little while ago. So I've got my bowl, and this is what I put the meat and stuff in inside the bags. Catches anything that might spill over. I also have my ingredients already done as far as the can opener has already opened the diced tomatoes. The cream of chicken soup is already open. My broth is already open. I've even pre-measured some of this, and the reason that I did that was so I wouldn't have to get up and wash this. Now, when you're doing this at home, obviously you can be by a sink or get up and wash or do whatever you want to do. Or even at the workshops, we do go ahead and measure each time, but I'm not, just for the sake of the video. So we're going to get started. Also, I have these labels. These are labels, and a lot of times mine are printed, or Tastefully Simple will send you some that are printed. These are just written because all I need to know is what it is and what to do with it. So it's easy to get going that way. Okay, so first up, we are going to do barbecue chicken. And this one just goes in the slow cooker. And then you'll shred it and serve it with bread. So this is my chicken. And I do need to measure this. So I need a half a cup of Smokey bacon barbecue sauce. I'll just open this one. You can hear the pop. Yumminess. It's good and thick. There we go. Get a little air under it and it'll come out, won't it? Okay. Then I just open my bag. And I pop it down. Okay. Like I said, if you're at a workshop, you can get that cleaned up. And then you need a tablespoon of garlic. So this is my garlic seasoning. A tablespoon, for those of you who have not made meals with us before, is just a half of a cap. 1 cap is 2 tablespoons, so obviously half a cap would be 1 tablespoon. So I just put that in there. This is very simple, guys. And then all I do is close up, get a little bit of air out of it so that I can mix it well. And then I'm just going to mix. You just mix it until the chicken's coated really well and the garlic mixes in with the barbecue sauce. And as I said, you're going to cook this in the slow cooker 6 to 8 hours. When it's done, you're going to shred it and serve it with buns or serve it open face. Serve it over salad, however you want to do. A lot of times I'm standing at my workshops, but the way that I've got the video, I can't stand, so it's a little awkward for me if you want to run moving stuff around. Okay, so then you get all the air out, and we're going to double bag. And the reason that we double bag is to give it a little bit of protection, or extra protection from the elements, but also because it's going to hold that instruction label. I like to fold it over like this. Some people will need to lay it flat. It depends on your freezer space. We have an upright deep freeze, so I have plenty of freezer space. So I will take this and I will put it into my second bag. Take my label, put it down in there. And again, if you are short on freezer space, then you can just flatten it out and it will just stack on top of each other. But I like mine to go like this because then I can put them straight in the in the slow cooker without having to thaw them, and they fit because I have an oval one. Whereas the flat ones, I may have to break them or kind of thaw them a little bit to get that moving. Okay, next up is teriyaki chicken. So this is my teriyaki sauce. I've already measured. I only had a little bit left. This is a half of a cup. So you take a half of a cup and you pour it in. This is the same thing as with the barbecue sauce. You'll see how thick the sauces are if you've never used Tastefully Simple. They're very thick. These are not marinades. This is not Let your meat sit for a little while and then dump it. This is all just goodness. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons, which is a whole cap. A little thing about garlic, in case you've never used it. A teaspoon equals a clove. So I no longer chop cloves. And you can see all the nutritional information on tastewithsimple.com. But if you can see on there, you can read everything. Okay? It's in our TS Eat Well line. And what that means is they follow the same standards as Whole Foods. No added preservatives, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners. It's the real stuff. So again, I'm going to mix it up. Make sure that the teriyaki and the garlic is mixed well with the chicken. And this one, you're going to slow cook 6 to 8 hours. And then you're going to shred it and serve it over rice with steamed veggies. You'll find that I do a lot of shredded chicken meals. We had one tonight, actually, with corn black bean salsa and cream of chicken soup. The reason is because I can take 2 chicken breasts, or a chicken breast and a half, which is about 2 pounds of chicken, and make it not only feed us that night, but give enough leftovers for my husband and sometimes me to have lunch. Or when my husband goes TDY, which he's in the military, and he is gone to Fort Sill right now, then it's actually 2 meals for me and my kids. So it's a great way to make chicken stretch, is to have meals that shred. And if you're watching how much protein you eat and how much meat you actually eat, comes my label, and it goes inside here, then when you shred it, you are going to actually get about that 4 to 6 ounces of protein that you need, instead of feeling like you need to eat that whole chicken breast that's on your plate, right? Because if you make 4 chicken breasts, that's a lot of meat. Okay, so that one's done. Next up is Italian chicken. And this one takes our dried tomato and garlic pesto. Uh-oh, I don't think I got it down. Sorry about that. Our dried tomato and garlic pesto. It is also on our Eat Well line. And we need 1 cap, which is 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to dump in a can of diced tomatoes with the juice. Do not drain it. Okay. Now we're going to mix this up. And this one is another shredded recipe. I told y'all I do a lot of shredded recipes. And you're going to do this one over brown rice or quinoa. This one is really good with quinoa. And yes, my kids eat quinoa. They're 7 and 14 at the time that I made this video. And they eat it. They do. They like it as long as it's mixed up and got some sauce. Now, they're not going to eat quinoa by itself, but they're definitely going to eat it like rice. You could do pasta with this too, I'm sure. We like wheat pasta, or Rosoni makes a veggie pasta. We like that one. See, we're all mixed up. Okay. Take the air out of it. I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to double bag it and put my label in. Okay, 3 down, 2 to go. Italian chicken. Okay, next up is our Bayou Bourbon chicken. You can see that I labeled it if you remember from the prep video. And I have just enough Bayou Bourbon Glaze in my jar to pour in here. It takes a half a cup. And this is some yumminess, let me tell you. This one also does really well mixed in with hamburger or turkey meat, like ground beef, ground turkey. to do burgers or meatloaf. Yumminess. Get all that goodness out. And I'm done with that bottle. I'm glad I have a backup. I always have a backup of my favorites, meaning that this is done, so I'll go pull the jar, the bottle that's not open, and then I know on my next order, because I order about every 2 weeks, that I've got to add this to replace my backup. So it's my backup jar. Okay, so cream of chicken soup, and you can do cream of mushroom if you'd rather do cream of mushroom. I have cream of chicken, so that's why we're doing cream of chicken. To me, they're kind of interchangeable. I know some people say, no, they're not, but to me, they're interchangeable. And this is not a can. I don't like the canned stuff. You are welcome to use a can. This is a fabulous brand that I found. And I'll give them a quick shout out. Free, I'm not getting paid for it. Huh. It's called Pacific. And they come in boxes. And these are clean. We try to eat as clean as we can. But a lot of times the can has stuff in it that we really don't want. So, okay, and then I need a teaspoon of our seasoned salt. And what's cool about it is that there's no sugar in our seasoned salt. And I do have this is a half of a teaspoon. So I'll just go 1, 2, and then it tells me that I need a teaspoon of garlic. So a teaspoon of garlic. And now I mix this one up. Get all the air out. And then I mix it really, really well. This one you're going to slow cook. And you're going to serve it with steamed veggies. You may have to cut this one. You can shred it if you want to, but I usually just cut this one in half and serve it with veggies. Okay, get the air out of it. Okay, and then I'm going to double bag it. My label tells me to slow cook it and serve it with steamed veggies. Spin it over. This one smells so good in the slow cooker too. Okay, we have one more, and that's our garlic pepper chicken. This is my husband's favorite. He likes to put this one out on the grill and slice it up for salads. You can put it in the slow cooker and shred it to be a filler for if you want to make chicken salad or if you've got a chicken casserole to make. Then this one works really well to do that as well. And it's very simple. You just take your your chicken, and you measure 16 ounces. And I've got my cup here of chicken broth. Ah! It's splashing on me. That's kind of why I have the drop box, or the bin here. Okay. And then I pour this in. And then I take 2 tablespoons of garlic pepper, which we already said was a cap. Oh, and look at there. I've got to get my backup jar because I'm out of it too. Oh my goodness. And now we're just going to mix this up. And this one you definitely want to double bag because you don't want it to leak. And that's going to marinate a little bit before it freezes. And then when it cooks, it's going to cook in that. It's going to be yummy. And here you go. In 15 minutes, we have 5 meals. Less than 15 minutes, really, because I talked a little bit. Everything is done. So if you have any questions, let me know. You can reach me at debwright@bellsouth.net. You can also text me at 205-616-3514. I'll be glad to help you any way that I can. Also, find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Deb's TS Recipes, as well as a fan page. So I'm very accessible and would love to help you any way that I can. Bye!